Hey lovies, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I've actually sat down and filmed. It's been a little crazy, but since I did an IGTV, I was like, you know what, I still have some time left. Let me do a Sephora favorites. I pulled out a couple of things from my drawers, and those things are just, you know, really some of my staples, like my go-tos that I love, that I restock. And yeah, so also a VIB sale is coming. I know the VIB Rouge sale already started, but since I didn't spend a lot of coin last year, I'm just a VIB regular. We'll put all the dates down below so you guys know when the sale is going on. I know it's 15% and 10% that's left. But yeah, so let's get right into this video. So the first thing that I want to talk about, which is a holy grail of mine, is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. When this palette came out, it was my ride or die, and it still is my ride or die, you guys. I've hit pan on so many of these shades. Look at that. It's crazy to me that I have a lot of shades on here that I've hit pan on. So I do know they have the more revamped one, which is basically refillables, which I thought it's perfect because you don't necessarily have to go and buy a whole palette. Definitely I added it to my cart. I most likely will purchase it, the refillable one, and I do want to add the same shades on top, but for the bottom I do want to just keep this shade here because it's my go-to shade and maybe a bronzer. But I really love the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. It's the Too Faced Natural Face palette, and I love this palette so much. It's so freaking beautiful. Look at the packaging, you guys. Look how pretty that is. And then you open it up and it's just like beautiful blushes, beautiful highlights. So it has 2 highlights, 2 blushes, and 2 bronzers, which I absolutely love. And not only that, but it does give me a lot of bridal vibes. So this would be a perfect gift for any, you know, future bride, future misses. I think this would be super beautiful. And not only that, but they can wear it on their wedding day, and it could actually be something super meaningful. You were part of their special day in getting ready. I think this is so freaking cute. The Anastasia Soft Glam palette. This palette here is just a basic beautiful palette. I love it, you guys, so freaking much. I love that I can use any of these matte shades, any of the shimmer shades. They're just so freaking good. I love this palette, and definitely a palette that I would actually restock. And if you are a freelancer, I definitely feel like you should have this palette in your makeup kit just because it's so, you know, easy to use and everything. So I love it so much. The next palette has to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit. So recently I actually purchased this glow kit when it first came out, and recently they restocked it. So if you guys can pick it up for the Sephora sale, it's so freaking beautiful and I love it so much. A little bit goes a long way with this product, so you know it's gonna last you quite some time and definitely worth your coin. Oh, always so much going on here all the time. So the next products, I have to be completely honest with you guys, I didn't buy them through Sephora, but Sephora does sell this brand, and I know you guys can find it on the website, and they have to be the Artist Couture palettes. So first, Angel, you did that, boo, and I freaking love him so much. He came out with well, Artist Couture in general, his whole team, you guys really did that. He first came out with this palette here called Midnight Maven, and this palette, you guys, when I was doing a little traveling here and there, it was my go-to palette. I always had it with me since the moment that it came out. As well, I would use it every single day. Even though it does have a pop of color, I would use this palette all the freaking time, especially for these matte shades here. I think this palette is perfection. It's so beautiful and I freaking love it. And I love it because it's so little and compact and easy to travel with as well. And if you want a pop of color, honey, you can definitely do a pop of color. So recently they did come out with a Supreme Nudes collection, you guys. This palette here, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And I know a lot of people are like, wow, again with basics, but who doesn't love basics? We all love basics. We all have palettes that we can grab for a pop of color as well. But I really love this palette because it's a palette that I can grab all the time, use all the time, even to do my makeup to go to work, or just on an everyday basis. Even if I'm now, you know how we're in quarantine, stay at home, you know, chill at home, in la sala, in your bedroom, this is a go-to palette for me all the time. Diamond Light finishers. So these, you can definitely do a beautiful eyeshadow look and you could just top it on to your eyelid area just to give it an extra pop. Super glowy, super, it just looks like you have glitter, but it's eyeshadow. So I have them in the shades Golden Hour and also in Diamond Bronze, and they're so freaking beautiful. And the next product is also from Artist Couture as well, and you can find it again at Sephora. But this has been my go-to lipstick, and it is in the shade Angel Baby, and it's so freaking cute. You guys, look how beautiful that color is. Super beautiful nude. Definitely you could wear it every day, full beats or natural. The Amrezi palette or Amrezi palette, super freaking gorgeous, you guys. This packaging is everything, super Barbie like, and these shades in here are freaking everything. Ever since I got this palette, it also had been and has been one of the palettes that I gravitate toward a lot. I'm always trying to use it as much as I can, and I just love every single shade in here. It's so freaking gorgeous. Look at that. I love it. For bronzer, you guys, I do recommend the Fenty Beauty bronzer, and this is in the shade Private Island. I also use it in the shade Shady Biz, and then the main one that I use for my whole face is in Private Island. These bronzers are so freaking beautiful. They blend beautiful on your skin. There has been times where I forget to set my foundation and I go in straight with the bronzer, and it looks so beautiful. It doesn't look streaky, because I do know sometimes when you don't set foundation, the bronzer can look streaky, muddy, but these bronzers do not do that. A blush, I do recommend picking up NARS blush in Luster. This blush, you guys, has gone through it. I remember using this blush every single day, and I still use it just about every single day. Sometimes I do forget I have some of these products because I'm constantly purchasing new makeup, and it just kind of gets a little bit left behind. But these products here are products that I know that I'm always gonna go back to because they're that freaking good. So again, this is NARS blush in Luster. The bronzer that I recommend, which I'm pretty sure everybody has, is the Hoola bronzer. I use this bronzer more for a little bit more of definition, a little bit more contour, instead of bronzing my whole face. I do prefer my bronzer to be more on the orangey side, just a little bit, and then for a little bit more definition of a bronzer, I do like to use Hoola since it is more on the cool side. This here, and I believe it is a dual intensity blush. So you have a highlighter on one side, a blush on the other. As you guys can see, I actually use both. I love the highlighter, I love the blush. It's so freaking cute, and it's actually my favorite out of the whole collection that they did. So yeah, and this one is in the shade Frenzy. The Fenty Beauty Kilowatt in Mean Money and Hustler Baby. Look how freaking cute that is. So the more intense one I love to use on a full beat, full glam, and the less intense one I love to use on the no makeup days, just to give my skin a little bit of glowiness, and it just looks a little bit more healthy as well. Setting powder, I do recommend the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys also have this one. It is a go-to baby of mine. I freaking love it. I actually need to restock, so I'm gonna add that to my sell cart. But I freaking love this powder. It's definitely, again, one of my go-to's. It is a little bit on the drier side, but once you spray your face with any type of setting spray, it just all merges together and it looks very beautiful, and it makes your makeup last a lot longer as well. Talking about setting mist, I do recommend the Anastasia Dewy Set. This one here, I recommend it more for like fall, winter, maybe spring, but definitely I wouldn't use this during the summer because I'm already oily as it is, but I would use this setting spray more on the days that my skin is a lot drier, or if I'm gonna use a very matte foundation, definitely go in with the Dewy Set from Anastasia. Glitter eyeshadow toppers, and it is the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow, and this one is by far my favorite, and it is in Kitten Karma. It's super beautiful. It's more of like a pinky tone with a silver glitter inside. And I also recommend Midnight Cowboy by Urban Decay. Definitely for the more detailed liner, I will recommend the Urban Decay glitter liners. For eyebrow pencils, I swear you guys, I used to be a ride or die for the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but I haven't used that one in quite some time. I actually purchased the Benefit ones, the Goof Proof, and I have it in the Precisely, and I also have it in the thicker ones. So one is thinner. This one here is a little bit thicker in the pencil area, so it's a lot easier to just fill in your brows. Very fast, easy, clean them up, you're done and ready to go. But if you want to be, of course, more sharp and precise, I do recommend the Precisely one as well. I do have like blackish hair, but I don't like to do my eyebrows black. I still like it to look a little bit more natural, so I do use them in the shade 4.5, and that works perfectly for me. Talking about eyebrow products, the next one is the Brow Powder Duo, and this one is from Anastasia. As you guys can see, look at that huge dent. I do have it in the shade Caramel. I did originally purchase this product when I had my blonder hair, but even now with darker hair, I still use this product, especially if I want my eyebrows to be a little bit more less pencil looking, then I will go in with this product here. To lip products. So for lip products, you guys, I love the Fenty Beauty liquid lipsticks basically, but they call them, let me see, Fenty Beauty Stunner Lip Paints. Stunner? No, Stunna, S-T-U-N-N-A. But I really love them. They're super comfortable on the lips, and I have them in the shades Uncuffed, which is more of a pinky, and then Unbutton, which is more of a true nude brown, and then I have it in a red, which is in the shade Uncensored. I also want to pick up a hot pink shade, but her formula, it's super comfortable on the lips. It feels like you're not wearing any lipstick at all. Smashbox, and it is in the shade Stepping Out. I really love this lipstick, especially on those days that I have a little bit more of less makeup, maybe just mascara, and I want a bold lip, then I will definitely put this on to define my lips a little bit more. Not bold, but to define my lips a little bit more, then I will go ahead and pop this on, and it just looks that I tried to get put together without actually trying so hard. Next, favorites, which I'm not too sure if you can still get them at Sephora online or in store, but I did purchase them at Sephora, but maybe Bite Beauty might still have them in stock in their website. But if they're at Sephora, then definitely recommend them because I did purchase these at Sephora. So these are the Bite Beauty, let me see here, Beauty Amused Bougie Liquefied Lip, and I have it in the shade Whip, which is more of a pinky, and then I have it in Caramelized, which is more of a brownie nude. Basically are a liquid lip with gloss. So a 2-in-1, and I love how comfortable they are on my lips. They don't go into the cracks of my lips to make my lips look weird. I just really love them. They're super easy to use. If it does take off while you're eating, it's super easy as well to apply back on. It doesn't make them look crusty or too glossy. It's just not cute when the lips are too glossy. But these are super freaking bomb, and I bought them in store. I was in store at Sephora when I bought them. You guys might also want to check in store Sephora, JCPenney. My favorite lash glue has to be the House of Lashes, and I do use it in black. I also have the white one, but the black one is just so much easier for me to use, especially because I don't have to cover up, you know, the white glue that didn't dry all the way down with eyeliner. This is just super easy. Pop on, use them, you're done and ready to go. For eyeshadow primer, I've really been loving the Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer, and it is just a basic primer, but it has a very unique applicator, which it looks like the that cotton that you use to clean your ears, but it makes it so easy for you to apply it on your eye and then blend it out. Don't overdo it and put too much, because then it can look crusty. So I just put like a little swab, blend that out, and I'm ready to go. And it actually makes the eyeshadows just extra bomb. Like, I hardly use eyeshadow on natural eyes or natural like a nudie eye, bronzy eye, but I basically use this definitely when I'm gonna do more of a bold eye, so the eyeshadow can really stand out a lot more. For concealers, hands down, my favorite has to be the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer. That's my baby, constantly restocking. I'm in the shade 190. It's my go-to baby all the time. I have to have it. The other go-to baby that I always have to have backups of is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I am in the shade Almond. So a trick of mine, especially if I'm in store, if I have let's say for example I have a new concealer, so I want, let's say I had the Fenty Beauty and then I wanted to pick up the Too Faced one, I would go in the store, swatch the Fenty Beauty one, and then go to the section of the Too Faced and then try to match closest to the Fenty Beauty one. I do know a lot of people struggle with matching, especially online. It is a little bit harder, especially with everything going on. Now we can only do online shopping. I cannot wait till the stores open up again, you guys. But yeah, so that's just a little tip on how to find your perfect shade of concealer. And if you, for example, use Maybelline or something that's not sold at Sephora, just carry the concealer with you and then you can do the same thing, swatches, and you can find your correct shade. But again, these two are my favorite babies, the Fenty and the Too Faced one. They're my go-tos, will always restock and will always have backups of. Next product I do use as I was using as a foundation, but I was noticing that as a foundation it's a little bit too pinky for me and for my liking. I did get this colored match and the lady matched me wrong. She was actually like super rude, but it was at the Macy's counter. But I do know they sell it at Sephora. So this here is the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer 2-in-1. So what I actually use it as, and this is in the shade Vanilla 14, I use it for dark circles. So it does have more of a pinky peach. You can't really see it, but let me show you guys. You see the difference? So this is a basic foundation that I always use, and then look at the difference of the undertone. So this is more warm, more, you know, golden, I guess, and this is like pinky. So what I end up doing is just applying a little bit of this, maybe like 3 or 4 dots, blend that out and use it as a corrector instead. So I really love it, and I love that it's in a huge tube, so you know it's gonna last you such a long time, and it's really affordable. I think it was a pretty affordable price. Definitely will pick up another one to have as a backup for correcting dark spots. For foundations, you guys, these are my go-to babies, and they are the Fenty Beauty foundations. So this one here, I only have it in the shade 300 right now, and it is the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation. I freaking love this foundation, especially on days that my skin is a little bit more drier, needs more hydration. This is my go-to baby. I will be picking it up in my original shade 240. 300 is my summer shade. Look at the difference, you guys. So I'm really pale right now, you guys. I haven't really been out and about, but I also love the original formula that they came out with, which is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. This foundation, hands down, my baby, my go-to, especially on more glamour days, a more full beat, want to look hella snatched. This is my baby. Those foundations I will use on an everyday basis. I will use on just going out. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This baby will always be a restock together with the Fenty's. This one here is in the shade 3 and 2 Wheat, and I freaking love it, you guys. I love that foundation. Oh my god, I remember when I first purchased the Estee Lauder foundation, I had a long night out, like with my girls. We turned up and everything, got home super tipsy, didn't take off my makeup. So I woke up the next day and I still had my makeup on, and it looked so fresh, you guys, like if I had just applied the makeup. And it was crazy, like the foundation wasn't broken up or anything, no oiliness, it was just everything. And ever since then, it's been my go-to. So if you need a foundation like that, I recommend this one here. So that is actually it for my Sephora favorites, you guys. Some of my holy girls that can be found at Sephora, but I really loved making this video actually. And just thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.